Hi everyone, Tristan here from Machine Control Australia. Welcome to an MCA tutorial on preset correction sources on Making 3D. In today's guide, we're diving into how you can use preset correction sources for your N-trip and UHF base settings. I'll walk you through setting it all up so you can switch between them with just a click. Let's get into it. First, we come to our GNSS settings. We now hit correction sources. Let's create a new one by hitting plus. This one here with the tablet picture is your N-trip settings. So let's click one of these. Today we'll be setting up one mount point as 94 and one mount point as 2020. So we can seamlessly switch between them. We need to set up a name, our server, port, username, password, and then our mount point that we'll be using. This is where we put in our profile name. In here, you want to have whether it's a 2020 or 94 setup. Now we'll set up the server. This is where you type in your service provider. We now enter our port. Tick. We now put in our username. This is where we type it in. We now enter our password. Type in your password here. Then hit enter. Now we select our mount point. So we're going to select a 94 mount point here. Now you're done. We go back. So now that we've got a 94 set up, let's set up one for 2020, following the same steps. So I'm just going to whiz through and set another one up here, with the difference being that in the name I'll have 2020, and then in the mount point section I'm going to use a 2020 mount point. Close that. We've now got one for 94, one for 2020. Now that we've got a setup for 94 and one set up for our 2020, let's go and add a UHF base setting. So again, we come up to the little tick at the top here. This time we'll be selecting the UHF setting. Now we need to go through and set up our UHF. So these settings need to match your base settings. So we'll have a name, bandwidth, what your base's frequency is, what its protocol is, whether it's using FEC, scrambling, and then you can have it set up on a auto base ID or a specific base ID that you can select. First off, we select our profile name. Then we select our bandwidth. We're going to select 1200 here. Now we select the base's frequency. We type it in. We're now going to select our protocol from our protocol list. We're going to select PAC-CREST 4 FSK to match our base. We're going to turn FEC and scrambling on. We're going to leave base in auto. And just like that, you now have set up mount point for 94, a mount point for 2020, and your base settings, which you can now switch between as easily as just turning on one of these tabs. Thank you for watching. We hope this video gives you a better understanding of preset correction settings on Making 3D. Please like and subscribe to see future MCA tutorials.